Score! It's not every day you just show up at an estate sale and find a 1937 Lincoln Zephyr basically complete. The guy had pulled the rear end, the engine and transmission out, but the entirety of the car otherwise is intact, albeit aged. This grille, the badge, the ornaments. We're missing the glass lenses. Look at that grille. Never even hit. The car's never been crashed. A couple minor parking lot dings, but it's all there. Somebody pulled the engine, transmission, and rear end out of it. They started to retrofit a later Model Ford, probably a 289 or 351, and it's not even, no motor mounts are even made. It's just sitting in there, so kind of a bummer that they cut the floor, but all the pieces to the floor are here. The bumpers are here. There's the piece to the trunk they cut out. When I started stacking this thing together, I put the trunk lid on and latched it, and now it's locked shut. So I'm gonna have to get in through this hole in the floor and figure that out. So the little piece that goes here, so it's pretty much all there. That sits there. You got these two beautiful bumpers. I'm imagining this is the front because I bet it had one of those cool little guards. I bet it had one of those little cool overriders.
Oh, wow.
Then the plate would set off to the side. Rear bumper. I just love the back end of this. I'm not going to chop this car. I'm not going to do any body mod at all. I think just engine swap and lower it. This goes here. Yeah, well, that's stuck. I mean, what's not to love about this? I know that the coupe, right, the shorter roof is the really deluxe model, but there's something about the bulbousness and ugliness of this. This is like, it's so bulky. It's almost like a bus. Speaking of that, somebody said that this was an ambulance modification. They took the pillar. This is a factory job. Some company did this. There's a big deadbolt inside, and then the whole pillar is attached to the door. So it's wide open in there. And that's only on this side.
When you say an ambulance mod, was this used as an ambulance?
Somebody said that, or I don't know, maybe someone who's had a disabled issue or whatever. I don't even know, but look, this is so rudimentary too. It's like a couple threaded rods. It's just welded right to this. And you can see the mechanism here. It's very simple. It's just two rods. But that was done back in the day. These are flathead screws. So that's a tell on the age of it. If it was like, you know, some modern hardware, we'd be like, well, somebody just did that. But it's all lead finished. Pretty cool. I mean, very cool in my opinion. The fender skirts are with it. A pair with the chrome or the stainless trim.
I love those.
Right.
Like, it just makes the car look like it's floating.
So the fella, the guy's son, the guy who owned this, his son I spoke with quite a bit. He's just all about, yeah, my dad loved this car, you know. It was black when he got it in 1963, and just through the years, it just aged out. So the stuff he kept in the shed is still black. One cool thing, talking with a few guys that know Zephyrs, they're like, oh man, come on, tell me that the dashboard is still intact. And the guy was like, oh yeah, we got those. So this is the center.
Oh, wow.
Of the dash. It comes down. He put in some funky mid 60s or 70s air conditioner or something, heater, AC in there, but that's coming out. And I guess the old guy was kind of timing out on his energy, and he started to restore the dashboard. So that's pretty neat. So we have this centerpiece, right, which looks like it goes to the car, but then he started doing this. So he made this center. It's all epoxied inside. 1986. AMC, that's what the gauges are. Neat.
Yeah, I see it.
So he took some 1986 AMC gauges, modified them, epoxied them together,
Oh, wow.
right? Then that goes in here. And he's got screw holes already mounted to it. So this is how he was starting to set up the dashboard. See, that'll set right there like so. And then there's all these other pieces that are a bit of a mystery to me. I mean, this has dual glove boxes, which is awesome that he had set up. Dual ashtrays. You see the holes here?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is a smoker's car. You got 2 ashtrays, 2 glove boxes. Nice little pinstripey details on them.
Oh, so the speedometer goes in the middle, and then the glove boxes are on either side.
Correct. It's a
Oh,
very
wow.
symmetrical look. Yeah, so this is the dashboard, how it would be set up.
Oh, neato.
But then there's these 2 things that I'm not sure what they are.
Maybe they go on the door?
It says, "Darling, I love you. Drive carefully." So this obviously looks like a set of something, but what does that go to? It almost looks like a Ford, like a model, like a 32 Ford dashboard almost, but I think that would be the upside down. Again, it's all epoxy together and handmade. So I don't even know what this is about. It's the same detail as what was going on with these. So I don't know. Do they go under here? Does that add up to the waterfall dashboard? Was it somebody who was making custom? I have no idea.
Desert treasure.
Desert questions. So they had some T-bird seats in here. They made these big, bulky seat frames. That's kind of awkward and going to come out. So I didn't realize these Zephyrs are unibody, because I was like, man, they welded the seats right to the chassis. That's weird. And the guy's son was like, no, this year's Zephyr is a unibody. Oops. If you look in here, the body's actually welded right to the chassis.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. I did not know that. So this is going to be a long-term project. Obviously, we got the old 40-something Chevy that we're going to finish up first. That we'll get to, but I could not pass this up. It's got all the window moldings for the inside. He started refinishing those too. So everything, you got 3, 6, 8, 9 windows total. The little screen for the cowl vent is all nice. He didn't get to the inside of the windshield, but that's easy enough. And both fender skirts, I'm assuming this is something for maybe the under the bumper, or I don't even know, splash pan. Bunch of stuff.
I have a question.
Yes.
So the front seat, instead of being 2 bucket seats, was it a bench seat, much like the back?
Just like we saw in the early Chevy too. Typically they were a big straight couch right across.
I like.
But with this one being lowered, you could see they're already starting to hack out the transmission and the drive shaft tunnel.
Oh.
So the newer engine, we'll have to pull this out, and it'll probably be buckets.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, pretty cool. It came with 5 of the original wide 5 pattern rims that would be on this car, so 4 plus a spare. Anybody knows where to get 2 of the glass covers for the lights, I'd appreciate a contact on that, because it's missing this. It's missing this badge. I've looked at some other pictures. I don't see a badge here, but this has holes drilled on both sides. Maybe that's factory, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's also missing one of these. We got one taillight pod and one glass lens, nothing here. So I'm not into a strict restoration. If we could find a pair of taillights that look like this, I've seen them on early Chevys, etc. So something that fits the part. I'm not too strict, just to get this thing sort of happening. I texted with my friend Skoty Chops. Follow him on Insta, Facebook, and whatever. He's a Zephyr fanatic. He made some beautiful cars, and he's setting me up with a C-notch kit that he makes. So we're gonna put a Ford 9-inch rear axle under this with a C-notch, probably on leaf springs or a 4-link. And yeah, he was like, yeah, man, I'm stoked. I got parts for that, etc. So if you've got a Zephyr project of your own, check out his stuff. He has like Fat Man Fabrication, independent front suspension kit, and a bunch of other cool stuff. He's a master panel former on top of all his other skills. So he's like, yeah, if you want to convert this to a 2-door, I'll make you a couple door skins. I'll do this, do that. So he'll just like make this whole piece in one thing, like a factory panel. So I might touch base with him, but I'm not cutting this. I'm not chopping it. Mark my word. Oh no, let's chop it. It's just such a nice thing. I don't want to mess with it too hard.
I would say this is one of the first cars that you have really gotten that you're probably not going to sell it.
Right. And usually I start, the trash to treasure scenario. This to me is treasure. Like, I just want to preserve this. Of course, it's already cut through the floor, so that's that. But I don't want to mess with it. It's like they did it right. That would be to say that this isn't trash to start with, right? But it needs everything. But look at that. The majority, like the only body flaws are like parking lot dings. There's this little crunch right here. There's a couple little flat spots in the deck lid, and that's it. From 1937, this car was cared for.
It survived.
How could I cut it up? No way, not this one. That's a change of heart. Change of pace. Also in the comments, I wouldn't be opposed to, we acid dipped one, I think is acid dip, but we dipped one of Victor's Zephyrs. Came out pristine, clean. I don't think that place is in business anymore. And I'm hesitant to sandblast, although it may be a necessity. I'm thinking maybe about stripping this off, stripping it down to metal and epoxy primering it to start with. Just an idea. So if anybody knows SoCal area, place where we could pull all the chrome off this and just dip it, send us that news. I'd love to hear. Super cool. As a further bonus, a little tailgate talk here. The guy gave me stacks and stacks of the way of the Zephyr. So, Mr. Red and Bonnie Westmoreland, rest in peace. Your car's in good hands. Thanks so much. This is what they look like.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to look through those.
This is the deluxe one that Skoty Chops has.
His looks just like that
It's
too.
so good. These are the later ones with the split grill.
Oh, neato. And I'll put Skoty Chops' Instagram handle in the
Yes, please
description.
do. So look at this. What a beautiful car. So, yeah.
Gorgeous.
So this is from 2012, these publications. They're not super old, 2000, so he was definitely into this car. And now, so are we. Stoked. Ooh, there's little books too. Wait, let's see what this is. Ooh. Yeah, this guy was into it.
Ooh, now we can be part of the Lincoln Zephyr Owners Club membership.
Well, our friend Carly, she has that one, and then a friend of hers invited me to this Facebook group. I'll have to see what it is. It's like Mild to Wild Zephyr or Fiberglass or Steel, something like that group. I'll look for a post about that. The guy's just trying to start another thing about whether it's stock or radical show car, just a forum for that. And he's being supportive with this thing. Look how you open the hood on this. That's one thing that's so cool about the older cars.
Oh, wow. That's so neat.
Love it. Yeah. I'm a fan. Imagine if it had the V12. Forget about it. I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't be able to contain my enthusiasm. We're going to shelve this and get back in the shop and do some work.